Hey everybody. So I've done this once already, and I had a small technical difficulty and actually didn't record the entire thing. So I'm gonna do the unboxing of BattleCON Devastation, which just came in, and I can tell you in advance from having unboxed it once already, not on video, unfortunately, that it is quite cool. And it has a lot of really awesome stuff. So anyway, this box is about, I want to say 8 pounds. It's pretty big. It's got all the characters here on the side, and it takes two sides because there's 30, as you all know. Side of the box, you have BattleCON, the game, the specs for the game, and on the back we have this great picture of Byron inviting us to destroy the world. And a look at all the cool stuff in the box. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this giant 11 by 13 box, and we'll see what's inside. Alright, so inside the box we find this, and I'll tilt this a little bit so you can get a good look at it. So the rule book, the welcome to BattleCon, don't panic, here's how you unbox the game and find everything. The Battle Quest Dungeon Guide, which I had initially imagined to be a calendar fold, so vertical, but it actually works just as well with this fold. And these little things that keep falling out off the bottom are the envelopes, which are to store each character's cards in for organization purposes. I'm going to get these out before they fall anymore. And because they're in the top of the box, they've been a little bit squished in transit. They're designed to lay flat. So this doesn't damage them. In fact, they're super durable and hold up really well. But when you get these and you assemble them, you place them flat on a surface and press them down, and then score the edge with your fingernail to push it in, and that will restore their shape a little. So let me do that real quick. So if I do that. All right, and then press, and you'll see that that this is actually more of a square type of thing and not just a flat sleeve. And once you do this, they fit into the box much better, and they fit into the back tray. Anyway, so those, we've got 30 of those sleeves. Everyone's accounted for. We have this big game board. This game board, which has everything you need to play all the spaces, and some reminder text, how the beat works, and then spaces for your discard piles here on the board. So this turned out really awesome, and I'm quite impressed with how this went. I have the arena cards, which turned out gorgeously. They're twice as big as a regular card, actually a little bigger than twice as big. These, as you'll see in like the end of the video, which I'm keeping from the original recording, that I have a difficult time figuring out how to arrange them into the box. There's 6 sheets of punch board here, and I'll go through those in a second. And then you find this nice plastic tray with all of the different card sets in it, a couple rivet screws for the spinners, and a couple stands for for things. And I had expected the number one, the flight card, to be on the back of these. That was one mishap that our printer made on this, or probably the factory rather. It's kind of hard to tell which face of a card is going to show up on the top of the deck, but on the back of this is the flight 1 card. So anyway, lesson 1, flight 1, they all match up, so I don't think it'll be a big deal for the final game if they're reversed around like that. In here, this is flight 1. This is the first 6 characters and all of the bases in the game. So, and I'll take one of these just to show you, and these slide into here in sort of a side-loading type of scheme. So you can set these in the box and see the name of the character in the picture, and then you can pull it out and play, and then snap it back in and insert it into the box. And these are a little bit of a tight squeeze, but once you arrange them all, you can get about 10 in each section of the box. So anywho, so the cards are all here and accounted for. I am going to punch out a little bit of the game and show you that. So let's take a look at these punches. Now we did have one issue with the punches, and that is that the bases of the punch were supposed to be a complete circle, but it turns out they, as you can see on here, that these are supposed to be completely circular, but they die cut them the same as the fronts, so the die cut is wrong. Anyway, and that's something that we'll be talking with the printer about in the next day or so. But the actual, and I don't know if it'll be a hard fix because they just have to cut a new die. They don't have to cut a new what's the word? They don't have to reprint the printing plates. So it shouldn't be an expensive fix if they're able to fix it, or if everything is already on a boat. Then we'll see what happens. But I don't think it's a huge problem. I just think it is a problem, a thing that we anticipated that didn't happen the way we expected. But anyway, so you have the spinner, and it spins to track your life. I'm going the right direction. Yeah. So anywho, so that works. The rivets fit nicely, which was my biggest fear, that our rivets wouldn't fit the spinners. So that turned out cool. The actual stands that we have are much nicer than the first stands for the original Devastation, or the original War. Sorry, they're much nicer than the first stands for the original BattleCON game. And here's one of our dungeon pixel monsters, and I'll just slide him in there, and he stands up fine and nicely. There you go for a look at that. Anyway, so I'm gonna cut now, and when I come back, I have kind of assembled everything, and you can see how it looks more in the box. Back. So I had a small technical difficulty, but I am back. Anywho, so I just put Karen's stand-up and her token, her marker, into the envelope, and that fits fine. It does not fit the tray as well as I'd like, but it does fit, so you can store each flight of characters in a different tray of this box. So that's that. Now the last part that I have been worried about for months and months is the life spinners. So these, and because one of the things that you can't verify until you get the factory copy is that the life spinners match up in size, and that they oh, okay. So that's problematic, where we have the life punch was identical on both sides. This is supposed to be, the base is supposed to be a perfectly round punch, and not have this tab in at the top. So that is a problem that our factory may need to correct, or we may need to do something about that. Anywho, and let's try our spinner tags. Alright, so these are little rivets that go, oh come on. These are the little rivets that you use to cap the spinners together. They're just two little pieces, and you put one in the bottom, and you put one in the top, and you push, and they snap, and then you have the life spinner. So for every value below 19, it'll work well, but the 20 is missing, and I'll contact the factory and see if we can do anything about this. Anyway, so on the whole, everything looks good. There are a few things, as there always are, that were not as expected, but that's sort of to be expected in a game this size. So I am going to contact our factory to try and figure out exactly what to do about this, and we'll see where we go from there. But you know, my worst fears that the spinner wouldn't match are okay. And yeah, so I'm gonna close this, or I'm gonna open everything and assemble everything and put it all in the box and show you what it looks like after it's finished being assembled. So so look for the next video in just a second once I finish doing that. Hey everyone, back again, and I have opened and assembled everything in the box. So here's what it looks like. So the envelopes, which felt like they were too thick before, actually have just been compressed in the top of the box. So once you squish them out a little bit and fill them with cards, they just slot right into place. They still have a little bit of a pinch to them, which is cool because you can shake the box around and they'll stay in place. So you don't have to worry about things breaking. So I've put each one of the flights in a different compartment with all its tokens. It's alongside it. I have all the bases or all the standard bases here in the middle, all the stage-specific tokens, and the win markers over here, and I have the giant arena cards, which I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to fit into the box yet, but I'll figure something out. It might be that they just live on the side here or something like that. But anyway, so there's a lot of stuff in the box, as I'm sure you can see. The wheel tracker thing, still a little upset about. So I still have an email to write about that. But I feel good about us doing something about it. Anywho, the rule book is nice. It's 60 pages. The interior turned out great. It's got all the character profiles in the back. It's got the rules comic in the front. Lots of diagrams and such. This sheet, this little fold-out sheet, tells you all the flights and tells you how to get started playing. So it's a nice introduction to the game. And then the dungeon book all turned out well. So it looks like everything that was supposed to be in here has gotten in here. So all our final proofs went through correctly. Anywho, so that is that. Yeah, so you just stack everything together here, and it all goes back in the box. Oh, I'm going to show you our stand-ups. Of course, this is the regular character size stand-up, and this is one of the boss stand-ups. They all fit the stands quite fine. You don't have to force them in like you did with the original BattleCON War. So that's good. And I can actually open up the board here and sort of give you a sense of scale of the characters and the board. So here you go. Anywho, everything looks really lovely, and I cannot wait to set it up on the table and give it a play. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go set it up right now and see and do a quick verify that all the cards, each card for each character, is in the game. So I've only done the tokens and the characters themselves so far, and all 30 characters are here, so everything's great. Anyway, so thanks for checking it out. Thanks for backing Devastation and making this happen. I'm really excited to be sending it out soon. So once we correct whatever issue that we're going to correct with the spinners, and we give them the okay, then these will go on a boat. They will take about probably 3 to 4 weeks to get across the ocean and get to us, and at that point we will then box them all up and ship them out to you. So so that's all that remains. And wow, it's weird to say that the last step is so close, but yeah, we're there. Anyway, for those who wanted to get a closer look at the envelopes, this is what they look like. They hold all the cards in kind of a side loader format, so you can just pull everything out and just snap them back in when the game's done. They have so they're supposed to be square here on the bottom. They're scored, so they'll expand to hold more cards or fewer cards. And what happened is they kind of flattened out in transit. So if you take your finger and you square them up a little bit, they fit the box just fine. Anywho, and you can see the character's name. You can lay them out and they make a nice character select screen if you're of that persuasion. And yeah, so everything looks gorgeous, and I really can't wait to take it to the table. So thanks to everybody for everything so far, and I'll send you some games soon. Hey everybody, so one last aside, I did open up the box, check everything out, and assemble everything. So I'll show you what the box looks like once you have it fully organized. So, open up this. I've got the board and rule books on top, and there we go. Alright, so all this sits on top. The board comes out. The cards, I admit, I still haven't figured out what to do with these yet. So I'll probably rubber band them and keep them on top here. The life spinners sit on top over here in the back, as with the boss punches. So I have 10 characters in each slot, so 30 characters down here at the bottom. This is all the content from Extended Edition and Strikers mixed into the box. I told a couple people that War would fit in this box. It does if you don't have Extended Edition. If you have Extended Edition and you want to keep it in the box, then you might want to get like a toolbox or something, something big, like people have for Arkham Horror and Twilight Imperium and stuff. Anyway, so in the middle here I have the boss cards and I have the bases, or no, the boss cards and the strikers, the extra strikers. I have all the counters, all the markers, and the tokens are in the middle here in these wells, along with the stands. And these are the alternate art tags. These are the Pixel and Chibi stand-ups, and then these are the original stand-ups. And the bases are over here. The adventure gear is over here. The lesson cards and the what are these? These are the EX and Almighty bases. And then these are the cards for dungeon randomization. So everything fits pretty nicely in this box. And yeah, so that's Devastation. All in all, quite excited and quite happy with how everything has turned out. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the preview, and I hope you can't wait to get your hands on your own copy. So thanks again, and see y'all soon.